the introduction to Billy Joel's New York State of Mind, one of my favourite songs. And one of those tunes that I learnt as a teenager, and I still love playing it now. It has a certain effect on me. It's really soulful, and it's just really nice to play, and the different chords, and its bluesy kind of feel always give me sort of a nice sense of well-being. There's been a lot of information out recently in assemblies and through daily notices and various other things about mental well-being, keeping fit and healthy. Loads of really good stuff on being active, especially from Mr. Orford and Mr. Chislett, on being outside in the fresh air, getting yourself going, getting yourself fit and healthy, which keeps your mental health good, or helps to keep your mental health good. Now, other things contribute to feeling of well-being, and it's other activities that we do that might make us feel good. I mean, for me, obviously there's music. There's also, I like cooking. I go out and walk the dog when I cycle. I'm not a massive fitness fanatic. I was never that good at sport at school. I was always the one that's the last one picked for the teams and didn't really want to do PE. But I do my bit at being fit and healthy and active. But music is a thing that really sort of inspires me and always has done, ever since the old lady at church when I was 7 years old saw me playing along on the pews to the organ when the hymns were playing and suggested to my mum that she should get me piano lessons, which she did. And ever since then, music has been part of my life. And I would say now that I appreciate all types of music. There's no type of music that I'm going to say, oh, that's really rubbish. There was a time when I did say those things, but now I think what you like and what makes you feel something in music is very important. And it really can lift your spirits. Because after all, music is part of us. We all have a heartbeat. And when we're sort of resting, like I suppose I am now, you take your pulse. Mine's going at that tempo. That's okay. So play along at my heartbeat. It's got quite a nice easy feel to it. Medium tempo. Obviously, when you're doing those activity challenges that you were set, running, being active, especially the HIIT training, things like that, your pulse rate is going to go up. Your heartbeat is going to speed. And those kind of activities, our body changes its tempo. It changes its speed. Equally, when we're asleep at night, that BPM, beats per minute, that we have in our heartbeat will slow right down. Now, music is an intrinsic part of us. We can't escape it because we've got that heartbeat constantly going. We lock into rhythms that are around us. And the human race, even before it could speak, was communicating in things that were musical, whether it be like ooh, 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 sort of grunts, or maybe hitting sticks together. Ways of communicating with other people before we had language. And we still use that now because we have that inbuilt sense of rhythm in us that we will always respond to music. We'll respond to it in different ways. And it's a very good way of lifting our spirits. Think about modern popular music that you listen to. It's all based on that beat. People say they like music, it's got a good beat. Whenever I've asked classes, why do you like this music? Quite often they might talk about the lyrics, or they might talk about it's got a really good beat. That's the one I hear the most. And that is based on that essential drum beat that we have in most pop songs. So that basic beat that we all lock into. Something like that most songs have, and it's that that we respond to, and this heartbeat will link into it. And that is an intrinsic part of our nature. And we use music and that beat to make ourselves feel better. We use it for communication. We use it for underscoring films, television programs. It's everywhere. Music is all around us. That vibrancy of the syncopated rhythms of the African music is no better exemplified in the music of the carnival, the Rio Carnival, where we have the samba music played by masses of drummers. And there is all that syncopation, all of that off the beat rhythms. Just listen to it in this clip here. So the power of that music, all those drummers, sometimes 300 or 400 of them, performing at midnight in 40-degree temperatures, is a real way of bringing people together. And the essence of what we like and what makes us feel good about that beat is that backbeat, that 1, 2. Now, if you look at how music makes us feel, you think about what is our emotional response to a piece of music. Sometimes it can really raise our energy levels. Take sort of fast BPM club dance music, like this. And that was 200 BPM, so that's fast. And as I listen to that, you do feel the energy levels rising. And it's well known that people who go to those dance clubs, often their heartbeat will sort of sync in with the beat of the music, and it'll get faster, and makes you want to get up and dance. Equally, music could have a more scary effect or a more kind of almost violent feel to it. Like this little clip here of Killswitch Engage, sort of a heavy metal band. Just the raw energy of that. Really powerful at kind of building an emotion. Equally, gospel music written for worship in the Baptist churches in America, has a really powerful, uplifting feel. All those people singing together like this. But what about something really calming? Listen to this piece here by Debussy, Prélude de l'après-midi d'enfant. And a piece like that would make you feel very relaxed. And you don't have to be an expert musician to feel the power of participating in music And of course, the obvious example of that is on the football terraces, where you do get people singing en masse. And it's not only to support the team, but it's also a great coming together of human spirit. So, for example, you get things like, I'm forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. They fly so high, nearly reach the sky. Then like Millwall, they fade and die. And equally, another song that came out of the gospel tradition, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. Simple tune. Which, as we know, has been adopted by the England rugby team. It's a mass bringing together, and it makes us feel better. So in these times we're at the moment where we can't sing together or play music together, it makes it more tricky for us to get that sense of belonging and that sense of well-being that participatory music can give us. And you think again about what types of music do you go towards? Why is it that when you're feeling sad, you look for sad songs? So, if your girlfriend dumps you and you're feeling really down, and this happened to me at school, I got heartbroken, and I wasn't listening to lively, upbeat rock and roll. I wasn't listening to that. Now, what was I listening to? All by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore. Because I think it responds to what we're feeling. So we bring out that emotion through the music that we listen to. So it's important that when we're listening to music that we do actually kind of actively listen to it. You can have it on in the background. Yeah, that's nice when you're working or whatever. But sometimes to actually engage with a piece and think about how it makes you feel. So we're looking at things, the way music changes us and the way it makes us feel, and really to use it for the benefit of feeling good or feeling better. I know it works with me. If I'm feeling down, I might come and play down here in my cabin. I might come and play this piano because I can't play the one in the house because the dog will howl. And I might practice some of the things that